Hello, Internet. Voice of Mike Bertolini here, and I'm going to read you a series of stories. Quick, little bite sized nuggets of horror that I hope you enjoy. If you like this content, remember to subscribe, hit that like button. Let's get into it. As 1941 drew to a close, I finally decided to tell my father about my feelings of depression. He gave me a pat on the head and said, "Don't worry, Rosemary, you're a Kennedy, and I'll make sure you get the help you need." To this day, killing 5 of those vermins with a single gunshot is one of my greatest achievements. Herr Führer himself would be proud of me. I always had the ability to tell people's future by holding their hand. As I held my daughter's hand to cross the road, nothing happened. That's when it hit me. As my dog slept on the floor with her head under my bed skirt growling, I figured she was having another bad dream. Until her growls abruptly stopped and a scaly claw pulled the rest of her limp body under the bed. As an 11-year-old, I was so excited to go to space camp. I tried to rekindle that juvenile feeling of excitement as I felt the growing alien embryo twitch impatiently in my stomach. "Don't worry, precious. We can try again," he said, smiling, trying to comfort her. His young hostage sobbed as she held the miscarried fetus in her bloody lap. It's been 6 months since my wife discovered my affair and told me she never wanted to see me again. Gouging out her eyes has really brought us closer together. My smile was clear for all to see while recording my wife in labor, but the room fell silent and the only cries we heard was my wife's. It was always so nice to see a mother bonding with her child, but to wake up to the same sight of her still pushing her child on the swing set was a bit unnerving. The jingle jangle on the roof woke the family up and their son ran into the bedroom, excited for Santa. It wasn't until almost a month after the boy's funeral that the police chief apologized, as the no-knock raid was supposed to be on a different house in the neighborhood. The crowd cheered when I stood back up. That tackle was a nasty one. They fell silent when my legs failed me, bringing the field up to meet my head, this time without my helmet. I told my daughter that if she drank her milk, she would get strong bones. I regret telling her now, the chainsaw keeps getting stuck. Jim was lean. Jim was mean. Jim was a lean, mean, green fighting machine. He stooped under the raised wire and looked up to see his headless body falling on him. "I'll always hold on to you, babe," she whispered sweetly into my ear as she hugged me from behind. A faint gurgle was the only response I could muster as we sank deeper and deeper into the lake. If your baby's eyes turn completely black at night, do not fret. If the eyes remain black in the morning, fret. The jolt of the car woke me up in the middle of our couple's road trip. "Sorry, just went over a speed bump," my boyfriend said. What scared me was the fact that we were on the highway, and that voice didn't sound like my boyfriend. Stacy had become such a master makeup artist that even when he wore disguises around his close friends and family, they were never able to recognize him. Once he rapes his boss, their sister, and his Aunt Lola, this section of his to-do list will finally be done, and he can either move on to the 5th section or do those revisits he planned. My husband loved to heal my wounds as he kissed my freshly bandaged finger. I suppose that's why he inflicted so many of them. I hate when people send me messages in the middle of the night. I hate it even more when it's pictures of me sleeping 5 minutes before. Mindfulness and the happiness that comes with it are sometimes explained is just shutting off the brain. These people would thank me if they could, Your Honor. Life, stammered Dr. Ian, finds a way. But undeath, it, makes one, he continued, just before the zombie Tyrannosaurus Rex busted down the door to the lab and gobbled him up. Senpai, I love you too, I breathed, nervous and excited. I tucked my knife back into my bag, happy that I won't have to use it on him after all. Through hard work and determination, I've been clean now for 3 weeks. After all, I miss the voices. They're the only ones who truly understand me, like the doctors.